God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. Thank you so much for joining me on this fine Thursday. I hope that you all have had a good week so far and are looking forward to the weekend. I know that I am. The thing that I want to talk about today, I haven't addressed in its own video like I'm about to do today. And that is that Christianity is no longer welcome in a country that was founded on Christian values. There's a lot of misinformation out there about the values upon which this country was founded. The United States of America was founded on different values than really any country, any nation that had come before. The closest that you might get would be the ancient kingdom of Israel, where the ancient kingdom of Israel was founded on the idea that this was a people who were allegedly going to be governed by the laws of the God that they believed in and worshipped. And no nation like it has come since. Even the Holy Roman, the Holy Roman Empire, I don't think that's the right way to put it, but the papal states that would become the Vatican, you could say we're close, but that's essentially a nation founded not by a people following a religion, but by a church in and of itself. And we could spend a lot more time talking about the history of the founding of the United States of America, but suffice it to say that the people that came to the New World, to North America, to the place that would become called the 13 Colonies, were by and large a different collections of Christian denominations. It would be called today sects. It might have been called in contemporary time, but different groups of Christians that were coming to get away from the, I'll call it, Christian establishment of the old world. You had the people that were fleeing the Church of England, people that were fleeing the Catholic Church, many Protestants, Puritans, and other denominations of Christianity, really denominations of Catholicism, were the first peoples that came from the old world to the new. And this is how the United States became known as a nation founded on Christian values. It's all over the founding documents, the language and verbiage used by founding members of the country and its first leaders. Many of the early presidents invoked God and Christianity in their proclamations. In fact, one of the first federal holidays is Thanksgiving, a holiday devoted to essentially worship of the Christian God, an expression of thanks to the Christian God. Now, modern Thanksgiving has evolved into a just general thankfulness, a time to take to be with family and to express gratitude for the things that we have in our lives. But I digress. To put a long story short, the United States of America was for over 100 years a country that was believed to be, at least in part, guided by Christian values and Christianity. Perhaps not the kind of Christianity that people appreciate today, or even the kind of Christianity that is practiced today, but a version of Christianity that has at its core many of the same beliefs that are practiced by Christians today many of the same beliefs that I would say a majority of Christians hold as true tenets of Christianity. We've gone from that nation to a nation that is openly hostile a majority of the time to Christianity. Now, maybe I'm getting my information from the wrong sources. I like to watch a lot of different political commentary channels on YouTube. Several of them are from outside the U.S., and granted, Europe, not the U.S. in general, is much less religious than the United States for various reasons. But the perception that I get is that the United States, in the majority, is hostile to Christianity. Much, much more so than even it was 10 years ago. And a prime example of this has come to my attention by way of Fox News. And this column, pic of teens pre-prom prayer sparks, say pre-prom prayer 5 times fast, sparks anger, surprising the reporter that posted it. The context of the uploading of this photo to Facebook is that a journalist in Oakland, California, was sent the photo by one of the teen's mothers, according to his Facebook post. He shared the photo with his followers on Tuesday, along with a note from the young woman's mother. I wonder if I can see more here. Nope, apparently I'm not going to be able to. So impressed with these young people on their prom date at Longhorn, they all said grace before eating and were all well behaved. A person called Noel Smith sent me being the journalist, the photo. And apparently the comments following this photo are a raging debate over public Christianity, let's call it. There are many comments lambasting the children in this photo and Christianity in general as well. And we're only going to look at the two that I would say take the cake. Let me scroll to this point. We will begin with this comment. So now we are supposed to praise kids for praying to an invisible man in the sky for animals that were slaughtered so they can eat. Maybe they should be thanking that animal for giving up its life so they could eat instead. So tired of Christians pushing their beliefs onto everyone else. I don't think it would be reasonable to say that this is not an adversarial to Christianity comment. But I do have a few questions for anyone that might agree with this comment. Specifically, so tired of Christians pushing their beliefs onto everyone else. First of all, how is the act of a Christian praying pushing their belief onto someone else? If that's what this person was talking about, which I personally don't think it was, how is that? How is the practice of Christianity in such a way as I'm not communicating with any non-Christian pushing Christian beliefs onto anyone else? Maybe this person's not talking about the kids. Maybe they're talking about the mom. The mom sharing the photo with a journalist is pushing Christianity onto someone else. How? How does the mother of these kids sharing the opinion that she was impressed by the kids and that she observed that they were well behaved, how is that pushing Christianity onto anyone else? For the record, I do not think that this is what this commenter is trying to say as well. Perhaps the sentiment is that the journalist is pushing Christianity onto everyone else, quote unquote. How? What did the journalist share? He shared a photo and he shared a woman's opinion. The journalist, I obviously can't see the whole post right now, but to my knowledge, the journalist didn't opine on the photo, simply shared it and the woman's opinion. How is that pushing the beliefs of Christianity onto anyone else? How does a photo of Muslims praying at a mosque push Islam onto anyone else? How would a photo of Muslims praying at a mosque, or Muslims praying over a meal, let's say, and a person related to those Muslims saying that she observed that those Muslims were well behaved, how would that be pushing Islam onto anyone else? Furthermore, what a hypocrite. Now, I know that if you take a stance on something, you're more likely than not to find yourself being a little bit hypocritical at times. But this person says the kids should thank the animal for giving up its life, and then turns around and says, I don't like it when Christians push their beliefs onto someone else. How hypocritical. I would not be surprised whatsoever if this person thinks that all Christians are hypocritical, and then is going to say, Christians should be more like me. Christians should thank animals for giving up their lives to be food for people. And now I just want to move on to this next one. I'm so tired of the arrogance many religious people display and their disdain for non-believers. If you are confident in your beliefs, then you don't feel the need to save everyone else. First of all, as I have said, I have observed that that the culture of America is much more hostile to Christianity than it used to be. In my observance, Christians do not have the elbow room to be arrogant, because everyone and their mother, sometimes through the internet, sometimes just by virtue of not being in a predominantly Christian audience, Christians do not have the room to be arrogant. Otherwise, everyone and their mother is going to come down on you like a ton of bricks. Many times, Christians don't even have the elbow room to state, I believe the Bible. Many times, Christians don't have the elbow room to state, I believe this supports what is written in the Bible. I have a feeling I have some beliefs about physical, archaeological, and scientific phenomena that I believe points to the validity of the Bible that would have me laughed off the internet in some circles. I'm not going to digress into that at this time, but Christians don't have the room to be arrogant. Secondly, in this statement here by this writer, or this commenter, what beliefs do you, sir, hold that you are confident in that you do not share with other people? I think it's a totally disingenuous statement to say, if you're confident in beliefs, you don't try and share them. I think that's a totally disingenuous and asinine statement. There are zero evolutionists that are confident in evolution that do not tell everybody that they know that they believe in evolution. There are zero climate change believers that are so confident in climate change that they don't tell everybody that they know that they believe in climate change. Just asinine to me. I could spend more time talking about those other comments, but for the sake of time, I want to move on. The second piece of anti-Christian, how shall I say, evidence that I see is this video from a Facebook page called Anti-Femminismo. I think this is an Italian page. There are subtitles for this video in English. I'm not going to play it because it's a profanity-laden tirade and I don't have a good bleep button at my disposal. But a Christian abortion protester was attacked by a feminazi as you will see if you choose to go watch this video. Now, I've used the word feminazi in previous videos, and if you've never seen or heard a feminazi, this is what feminazis look like. If you want to see what feminazis look like, this is what feminazis look like. The feminazi in this video is very adversarial. She is also violent. She attacks, she physically assaults the protester, and she's unable to articulate her ideology beyond the word no and incoherent screaming. Some coherent screaming, but a lot of incoherent screaming as well. In contrast, the Christian is very polite, he is non-adversarial, and he displays well wishes for the people confronting him. He prays for one man that comes to confront him, and he tells the feminazi, "You need Jesus." Now, I understand that, again, it's more likely than not that there would be non-Christians watching this video and would think that a Christian saying "you need Jesus" to a person would be something that should be laughed at and is not, in fact, well wishes. But as long as we're going to exist in a culture that is adversarial to Christianity and in general doesn't believe in moral absolutism, you must allow that this man has good intentions when he says "you need Jesus," because to him it is good intentions to say that. I also want to point out that observations have been made in both of the stories that we've talked about today where the Christians are much better behaved than the non-Christians. Now, as far as we know, the kids in this photo did nothing that was not well behaved. And as far as the video demonstrates, the Christian in this video did nothing that could even be considered by a reasonable person, in my opinion, rude. Some people might find the statement "you need Jesus" rude. I say, by all moral belief systems, you cannot call that statement rude. By moral absolutism, I don't think you can call the statement rude because the fellow doesn't mean anything badly by it. And the beliefs of Christianity are not, in terms of wanting good things for people, that's what Christianity in large part is all about. And by moral relativism, the fellow means good things when he says "you need Jesus," therefore it's well wishes. It's good behavior. In fact, one person that I saw commenting on this video said, if you were said of the feminazi, if you were behaving better, I would be on your side. But you're attacking this Christian who is doing nothing besides politely expressing his belief, which he has every right to do. I'm on his side in this case, said the atheist, who in another circumstance would be on the feminazi side. So, there you go. America, a formerly Christian nation, is no longer welcoming of Christianity. That's going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If not, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are in this video in general. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss a single video. Come back next time, tomorrow, as we do the last video of the week leading into the weekend. Until then, have a good night and God bless.